exactly where we left it last time. Let's go here. Let's go into our map. And by the way, we're going to change project settings. And let's go to maps. And let's actually change this map to this one. So where were we? We have this character, he's looking up and down, he can go into first person. And he has those sways, okay. And we have this knife pose. We didn't do jumping yet, and I want to do jumping. And after we do jumping, I'm not going to go too much into details when it comes down to third-person animations, so we're going to work on the hands animations and the weapons themselves. So let's go here. Let's do jumping for the base pose, for the underlying pose. So it's here. So basically, we can just we can do a state alias. We can say to jump, and from it we can do we even have animations for jumping here? Yeah, we do. Okay, so we got 3 animations, good. So we got the state, jump start, and then jump start goes into state, jump loop, and then it goes into landing. And actually we're going to do a state alias to grounded, and we're going to here do landing. Okay, so to jump can go from idle or moving, so from any of those two, and you jump when you are in air, obviously. So when you are in air, you go into jump start, by the way, how does it look? Oh, I forgot it's only legs. Okay, but there's an animation there, and here there's going to be automated rule based on the sequence, and this is going to be jump loop. And now we're going to ground it from both jump loop or jump start, and this are basically says in air, not. And landing, should I do a state that goes into idle? No, we always can go from idle, so this will be automated rule. Or you know what, actually landing should be an additive. How can we do landing as additive? We would have to save this entire pose and then do a final blend as landing. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So this goes here, in air not. This is really annoying, I have to change it in the editor settings. It should be like time to display tooltips. This is so annoying. Okay, I don't know how to set it. I would like tooltips to not show up immediately when I hover over something. I mean, this is new for 5.1, I guess. I never had this issue that something just happened too fast. Okay, so this goes not in air, and this goes from jump start or jump loop. It goes directly into idle. Okay. If it's not in air and I mean nor idle. No, it's NAND. Nor is not or, and this is not and. So when this is false and this is false, and is yeah, returns the logic NAND of two values. Yeah, I think this is correct. Let's see. If I just hit play, I can move it to the other screen. Oh, I need to say that we are looking at this guy. What? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is wrong. Let's just leave it like this. This looks a lot better. Let's take the window like here. So you can see the state better. So I'm moving, idle, jumping, jump start, jump loop. And if I'm moving, I'll go into moving immediately almost. So that doesn't matter if I go through idle. Like it blends well anyway. Okay, so the last thing I want to do with those blends is that I want to go through all of those and I want to say inertialization. I'm not going to change times in those, I don't really care about that. I'm going to do save pose. Okay, let's do it as grounded. So I'm going to do a final blend, state machine. No, I don't only stream on YouTube, I also stream on Twitch at the same time. I'm using, what's it called, Restream, to stream on multiple platforms. So this is how it's being done in the third person new example. Where you have like the grounded state here only, and then this is done differently. It's done here, so this is like jumping state, So here you have state, which is grounded, and this uses save pose grounded. Okay, so if we are not grounded, we go into jump start. So we need a well, jump start always starts like this. So in air, but we go back here from a conduit to landing. So this is an alias. Wait, this is a conduit. I want to do an alias. Yeah, there it is. Okay, to landing. It can go from any of those, and this goes into landing blend and into grounded. So landing blend is grounded, which is apply additive, dynamic additive. Oh, I can just do dynamic additive. And the additive is land. Jump end? Yeah, jump end. And this moves only feet, which is good. Okay. So we play this as additive, and by the way, we have to set it as additive. But I don't want to modify animations that I have provided with the pack. I mean, I shouldn't modify them. Morning, hello, hi guys. Yeah, let's maybe do that. I mean, you can do dynamic additive, right? Like this is dynamic additive. Mesh space additive, yes. And yeah, I can't do anything about that here. It's not looping, it's just playing once. Jump start is not looping, it's playing once as well. This is automated rule, okay. This is in air. This is in air not. And it basically goes already into grounded, but with additive blend, and then goes back to grounded again. Yeah, let's actually do a state alias to jump. Let's do this in air. Let's read this one, and let's say that this goes from both grounded and landing, while this goes from both jumps. So this is jumping, this is landing. Okay. Final blend, final pose goes here. But we need to do one more thing, like if this is inertialization and then those are all inertialization, we need inertialization to be initialized here. It has to happen before IK. Okay, so as we used it here, we can't use inertialization blends anywhere else. I mean, we shouldn't at least. Okay, so let's see now. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's the mesh space additive right there. Amazing job. It's super awkward. It's this guy? Yeah, it's this guy. Let's see. Where are you? Why this is happening? It's happening because this never goes through. Yes, let's not make it additive, mesh space additive. Let's make this automated. And this is not looping. Okay, let's try again. No, he's still getting tiny because the animation is not properly prepared for being additive. That's great. How do you do dynamic additive? What's the difference between those? Like those have alpha. Okay. If I do it like this, what happens? I mean, the animation is not additive, so it will always break, I suppose. Is there a safe way to do additive as not additive? No. Okay, I have to modify this animation. I'm gonna have to say additive, mesh space, and I'm going to say frame from this animation 0. And now I made a mesh space additive, so I am applying mesh space additive. Now this should work. Let's see. Okay. It's like have real issues with orientation. And if I do this, I never really played with additive that much. Okay, that's the funniest one. I mean, apply additive is the least broken one. Maybe I prepared the animation wrong. Maybe I should make it local space. No? Do we got it? No, his legs are like doing something stupid as hell. Okay. Screw that. Let's just do that. This jump and animation in general is a bit wonky with how it works. But it is what it is. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, we got jumping. I guess we're up for weapons now. not much else to do here. Okay, so we need to make a weapon. And we need to make a weapon, then we need to make interaction with this weapon. So let's go here. Maybe actually we can make a new folder, we can call it weapons. And we're going to make a template blueprint basically, which is an actor, and we call it B template weapon. And this template weapon is an AGR item, so we need AGR item component for it. We also need a skeletal mesh, which is going to be the root of this weapon, and we're going to pick one, let's say rifle 1, whatever. Let's call it weapon mesh, and this weapon mesh need to be able to, well, use animations, right? Because all of those skeletal meshes, they do have animations. Okay, so do they have animation blueprint, or they are just animations? How is it being done in the example? Oh God. Whew, okay. Let's find like reload and see what happens. I mean, there was attempt. So you get gun as a child actor. Oh my God, don't use child actors at all, ever, never ever. Like, never ever. Okay, gun, child actor, weapon, reload. Okay, let's go into this function. What? Okay, let's go into let's find the weapons. Gun blueprints. Yes, that's the one I'm looking for. What are those blank spaces? Okay, this is speed. And this is direction. So you just have... I don't get it how it was set up. Very odd. Yeah, let's just open any of those. Whoa, that's a lot of copy pasting, I guess. Is every one of them has its own yes. Okay, okay, there's that. Okay. 2 ones. So it's playing montage on the arms, and then it's playing animation on the weapon. Oh Christ. Okay. Okay, so there's no animation blueprint, it's just playing directly animations. That's fine. Why not? And we are using easy ballistics, by the way. So let's add an EB barrel to the weapon. And nope. No. Don't tell me that there is no socket at the barrel. There's no way. Oh, okay, that's the size of the bones. So here's the root of the weapon, and here are the triggers and everything. Okay, I mean that's okay. The root doesn't have to be in the handle. That doesn't matter. The animations compensate that, but there is no bone that is here. That's bad. I mean, that means we need to take the root, we need to add a socket. The socket is going to be called barrel, and we're going to just take this socket and move it here, and it's Y forward. So let's go back to weapon template. Let's now say barrel. Okay. And we want to make it X forward, so we want to actually rotate it by 90. Okay, so now our weapon has muzzle where it should have. Like, how is that playing muzzle flashes properly in the example content if you don't have, I'm not going to check, if you don't have like barrel where the muzzle flashes should happen, like a location. Okay, so on construction script, what we want to do, we want to take the mesh and want to take the barrel and want to attach to component. And want to attach to this, yes, and we want to snap, and keep world. The socket name will be barrel, but we actually can promote it to barrel socket name. Okay, so this is the default one. So we have a barrel. Okay, we need to add some parameters to the weapon and some interactions for it to be a proper item. So like identity, we don't touch at all. Quantity, this is a not stackable 1x1 item, unique item. So write some chat, make some tutorials for website like Udemy and sell this. I say all tutorials, just choose one thing, start. You know what, that would require me to improve the quality of my tutorials, and I don't really have time to learn proper video editing. So I rather keep my tutorials scrappy but very informative and keep them free. Besides, I am pretty lucky with the way that where the entire game development put me and how much money I'm getting from game development, and I don't need to monetize my knowledge. I rather share it with people, because anyone who is learning from my tutorials might be in future someone who I'm working with. So I just prefer it to stay free. Like, also that's why the AGR Pro plugin is free, and why now IPFS plugin is free. And if we find a proper sponsor, we would be more than happy to make the blockchain plugin free. And like everything we're developing, if I could, I would give it away for free. Unfortunately, I can't. But if I could, I would, without question. Okay, so what else do you have here? Inventory space is irrelevant for us. Item name is going to be an item name, so we're going to have to go again to construction script. We're going to get this, set item name, promote to variable, make it visible. I don't need to make those variables replicated because they are just cosmetic, they don't really do anything. Simulate when dropped, yes. Item tag, set item tag, and you know what, I can just set it here, so it doesn't matter. We don't need to parameterize them. The barrel socket, yes, but the rest that doesn't need. So this is weapon name, and we need a proper tag, which is important actually. So let's get back here, let's go into our AGR data and our gameplay tags, and we're going to add some gameplay tags. So let's add a gameplay tag called weapon primary rifle. Or you know what, we're just going to do weapon primary and weapon secondary, because we're doing basically Counter-Strike. Weapon secondary, and we're going to do weapon knife. We might have different knives, maybe. Weapon grenade, or even, yeah, just grenade. We don't care about like types of grenades. Oh, we have different grenades. High explosive. Okay, we have different grenades in Counter-Strike, so why not already make slot for those? Anything else? Okay, for now this should be enough. So the default weapon will have just tag weapon. It's not going to have very specific weapon. We have to remember to change it. And that's the entire item setup. It is now a proper item you can use AGR inventory with. So let's set up AGR inventory in the character. Player state, default player pound, there we go. Okay, so for this guy, oh, I could just do this. Oh, yeah. So for this guy, we just want to add component AGR inventory and AGR equipment, and there we go. So inventory setup, don't do anything, we don't need debug, that's it, it's set up already. We're going to use only item update and for UI. Here on equipment, we have to set up some stuff. So we have equipment list, and we should add a few elements. So we have, for start, few slots that we have like in our equipment, and then we have one super slot which is the active weapon. So let's make this one first. So this is the item that we are holding right now, and suitable slot for this item is any weapon, any. So if it's weapon grenade, weapon primary, weapon secondary, it all works. Okay, then we have primary and secondary. So we have the pistol and the rifles. So this is weapon primary, and this only accepts weapons only secondary. There are no item actor references because those are being filled automatically. And then let's do knife, and this one accepts knife. Okay, references are for like shortcuts, but we're going to use just pure equipment for that, as we have this as an extra slot, so we don't need that. Yes, the entire setup. We got the equipment set up and inventory. That's it. So now we need to have interaction. So let's go here. Let's go into input. Let's make a new input mapping. Input action. And let's call it interaction. And that's going to be a simple interaction. Very simple. Digital bull trigger is down. Okay. Okay. And here we're going to add interaction. And we're going to do F. And we don't need any modifiers. In the interaction we need to also set threshold. This is not threshold. The threshold will be like 0.01 or actually 0. So it's instant. Once we hit F, we instantly interact with an object. Okay. So now we can say enhance input event. When it starts, we want to just try interacting with something, so try to pick an actor. So to do that, we need to do a custom event. Say try interact with actor. And we want to do a few things here, and we want to run this on server reliably. So what we want to do is do line trace by channel. Channel is visibility, unless we make object type weapon or something like that, so we only interact with weapons. But let's do invisibility because we want visibility to block it. We want to trace complex. Do we care? Yes, we do care, because if we trace simple collisions, we need to make sure that we have proper physics bodies for those weapons, and I'm not sure about that, so let's not. Let's do trace for duration of half a second. Start is I made get camera rotation, so let's also do get active camera. Let's make a function get active camera return, and this will get I don't need actually reference to camera. I just need get view location, and I just need to output a vector, right? So depending on if I am in first person mode or not, so here if I am in first person, do I need that? No, I don't need that. This is a local function I'm going to use locally. Yeah. I can get camera manager, and I can just get forward vector. And I need also get location. So I have location and I have forward vector. Okay, and camera manager, as we discussed, is always attached to the active camera, so it changes location depending on the active view. So what we want to do here is we want to do this. We want to on started, get the view location, and based on that location, we want to do this not multi-trace but line trace channel, single trace, and we want to start trace from the camera location and then end trace at camera location and based on forward vector multiplied by if I do this, it changes node to a float. And this is the trace distance. So trace distance is depending on if we are in first person or not. Because if we are not, why do I bother with this really? Why the hell do I bother? Yeah. Oh my god. Yes. Why? I already have it completed. Why do I make it from scratch? I just get animation master and I just get look at location. Because with AGR you already have those traces that are to the middle of the screen. So I already know what I am looking at. And yeah, it's already there. So I can just take this look at location and then I can do sphere trace by channel. No, I need to do sphere overlap. This is lighter than trace actually. So I just do sphere overlap actors. I just say that I need object type to be word dynamic. I mean, this should be the default for this setup. Oh, yeah, let's do custom word dynamic. Collision enabled by default. And we are blocking visibility, ignoring camera, block, ignore pawn, ignore vehicles. Okay. So this is now word dynamic. And we can also say class filter. So we just check for weapon class. And we also can do ignore. And let's do a small sphere check, so like 10. And oh, really? So I can like, if I have a So if I make a vector and I do this, I can right click. Whoa! I can like multiply by float, by integer and other stuff. Thank you, I didn't know that really. Wow, nice. Useful as hell. And if we get a collision, we just get one actor from it. The first one that we collide with. And then we say, please try interact with this actor. Object reference, which reminds me that the temple weapon as an actor need to be replicated. So replicated, net load on client never, replicate movement, yes, use net owner relevancy, yes. Okay. Yeah, forgot about that part. So now we just get this first item and say try interact with actor. Okay, and this actor, we're going to set get distance to self and see if this distance is in fact within certain pickup range, which is just slightly higher than what we want to interact with. So the range will be, I don't know, 2 meters. Okay, so if it is in range of 2 meters, what we want to do, we want to say our inventory we need to get this actor item component, and we want to say pick up item. So this is being called on the item itself. We want to say pick up this item into this inventory. And if this works, we can go here and we can implement on pickup, and we can say print text, format text, picked up successfully by actor in range for inventory. Okay, so I got now those things, so I can get owner of this component and I can get actor this way from this inventory reference. The range, I can say distance, get distance to self. This is the range. And inventory, I can just get ID, and from this ID I can do to string, and I can then connect this to the wildcard, and I can just print out all this information when we pick up an item. So now let's place an item in the scene. So let's just place this template weapon. It should fall on the ground because it uses physics. And here we can also say item name. Okay, and we got this item name, and we can just get AGR item, get item name, and put it here as well. Okay, so now let's test it out. Hello, hi guys. Wow, plenty of people watching. Oh, it didn't fall on the ground, that's bad. But it doesn't block those traces as well. So I can't interact with it because it's not properly blocking anything. Let's see why. Let's go into this mesh. Let's go into it. Let's open it up, and I hate it. Why is it doing this? It doesn't have proper physics assets, I guess. So create physics assets, create and assign. No, definitely a box. Create asset. Wow, amazing. Like the placement of this box is just the best. Okay, let's just move this guy like here, and this guy maybe here, so he doesn't it doesn't matter, I can delete this guy. Let's just keep this one box. Okay, now if I hit play, okay, so it does register collision, but it should be higher. But I am able to pick it up. So it is in my inventory, so it disappeared and a lot of other stuff happened. Okay, I want to go here and I want to say simulate physics. Okay, I want to see how it acts. It's just fallen to the ground. What's wrong with this body? Like, I did place it correctly. What if I just... Why this doesn't save? Bone draw size. Can I change it like globally? In all settings, bone draw size. No, I can't. Awesome. That's just awesome. Okay, let's save this physics asset. It's empty. Okay, great. Wait, I should be able to do it like... Oh no, I have to do it like this. Add box. What? Okay, let's just delete that. Yes, force. Again, create and assign. Terminal way, create body for all bones. Definitely not. Just create this asset. Yes, save it. Still like acting like it's using the default one. Show collision. What the hell? What the hell is that? What's happening here? What was that? No. 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 Yeah, no, I don't believe that. That can't be the thing I think it is. Was that the physics asset for the hands? Where are the physics? Rigs, pose asset, skeletal mesh, skeleton. Physics asset. Okay, seems reasonable. What? This is the physics assets for the hands. What happened here? Like, this is the upper arm and this is lower arm twist. And those are the things. What? No. Okay, does this one have... Oh no. Oh no. No. Okay, let's do a default physics assets then. Yeah, just force delete that. Let's find skeletal mesh. Okay, let's create and assign a physics asset based on capsules. Okay, that's not bad. That's the auto one. I think it looks pretty good. Reasonable. And let's do the same here. And assign based on capsules. And let's see this one. Okay, that's a lot more reasonable. Okay, we got new physics assets then. Automated ones work. So if I go hit play and I now go show collision, I no longer have this giant clusterfuck around me. So why did this collision didn't update? Like what's happening here? Let's open this guy. Let's open this guy. Let's save him. Asset details. We have this physics asset. So why didn't it save? It's like still using the default collision that he generated for the asset. I don't understand why, but I can still interact with it pretty easily. Okay, so if I try to interact with any of those, it's not going to work. No, they have sometimes really funky physics. Like this one, this is perfect. This is great. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Those are good. But like this, why is it so high? Same here. Those are great. Yeah, some physics assets were not really very good, some are okay. Okay, so now I pick up a weapon. And I need to be able to manage my weapon slots. So when I pick up a weapon, I need to make some checks. Let's go back to our character, open him up. So, simple interaction, and this is multiplayer. For the simple interaction, let's make it like blue or something. Okay, so this is a distance server check. Okay, that works. Okay. So I have interaction. Now I do this pickup. But I need to manage the slots in the equipment, because after I pick up an item, I want to equip this item. So I have to pick it up so that delete asset animations. What? Oh, okay, he's not running any animation. Okay, I don't get the message on the chat. Okay, I need to pick up the item so that certain actions and registration of certain action happens on the item itself. So like change of ownership, change of instigator, change of different values on the actor itself. And it also manages inventory ID, owner's ID, all of that really useful stuff that works for inventory. So for example, I can do some other checks here. So I can, for example, check if this actor, I can get item component, I can check inventory ID, and I can see if it's invalid. Oh, is valid GUID? Yeah. So I must say that the distance is less than 200 and it is not already picked up by someone else. So only if it's not a valid GUID, as it's being invalidated when it's being dropped, only then you can pick up an item. So the GUID for an item by default is just nothing. Item ID is being randomized. Inventory and owner are being set when you pick up an item. So inventory is being cleared when you drop an item, but owner ID is the first inventory that picks up the item, basically. You can change owner by hand. And it's just an identifier to, for example, mark items that are stolen. So this prevents picking of items in hands. Okay. So we got this, we now pick up the item, we now want to get this same item and we want to see what's the tag of the item and place it in the equipment properly. So I want to get equipment and to say get in slot and we want to get these items. Yeah, do I need item reference or do I need item component? We're going to see in a second. So we're doing this. This is still on the server. We want to get manager and we want to we want to get item in slot active weapon first. So if there is an active weapon, we want to see its get item component. And if it is the same tag as the item that we are picking up right now. Like I want to automate this, obviously, very much in the future. Okay, so we're trying to see if it's the same tag. If it is the same tag, if there is an item and it has the same tag, we want to equip this item directly. Item in slot, and we want to equip it in the slot active weapon. So we are doing this active weapon check if it's the same slot. If it is, we want to equip it, and the previous item we want to drop. So we need to get item components. We can call functions on it and say drop item. If this was successful, of course. If this was successful, we want to drop the previous item and the new item is equipped. However, if it is not here, we want to actually do a sequence. So first we try this and we see if active weapon is this weapon. If it's not, and by the way, you can have item equipped only in one slot. Once you want to do, you want to just take this tag of this new item that we just picked up and want to do a switch on gameplay tag. And we want to not do default, we want to say, well, depending if this weapon is either primary or it is secondary, we want to do different stuff. So we want to basically do this again twice. So we can make this a macro. Yeah, let's make it a macro. Equip in slot and drop previews. So we have item and we have this. And we have slot name. So if we go here, the slot is active weapon. And if we reuse this macro here, it will be primary. And this will be secondary. Now, of course, inside this macro, we not only check if this is valid, but also if previous item is valid, because we might have picked up an item for the first time. And there was nothing in the slot to be dropped, so we have to do this second check. And with the new item, we are already equipping it in slot, so we are not doing anything with it. Okay, this and those. Ooh. It got a little big. I mean, it is in multiplayer, it doesn't matter. Everything is multiplayer here. Okay, so we say this item, and then we say exactly the same thing. We can drag from here and from here, and I can move this so it's easier to read. Like, yeah, it's this item. Going through all here. Okay. So we only care about doing like this check for active slot. If not, we are just automatically equipping this item in one of those, and we don't have to bother with like managing items in inventory, because inventory will be empty. Like, items will land into primary or secondary slot immediately, so they will be basically moved from inventory. Okay, this should already work, so I need to make 2 template weapons so I can check this interaction. Let's go back here, weapons, and let's just make child blueprint class, and let's call it AKM weapon underscore AKM. Let's make another one. Let's make it weapon underscore M4, and let's make maybe like a pistol or something, like a secondary. Okay, this is a Desert Eagle. This is a what? This is a Glock? Looks like a Glock. No, okay, no, that is a Glock. silence Glock. This is Jesus, what it's called. Forgot. Okay, let's make a Glock. Child class weapon Glock, and let's move actually this to blueprints, because like those only store specific data, they don't really store logic. So we just open all of them, and we do a few things. Okay, first of all, this is supposed to be AKM, so let's go here, info AKM, yes, weapon primary, and nothing else. And we are changing this to rifle 2, and because we don't have proper socket, we need to find this rifle 2. Oh, let's see the physics asset. Yeah, no. That's a nope. So let's delete this physics asset. Yes, I don't care. Create and assign based on a box. Create. Screw that. I'm going to leave the default. I have this physics asset for it now, and one more thing I need to set for this rifle is I need to go into skeleton, go to the root, add socket, call it muzzle, move it to the front a little bit down, and rotate it so that the X is forward. Okay, it's forward now. Save it. If I go back into my AKM, oh, I closed it. Yep. Open full. So if I go here, viewpoint, barrel. Isn't that oh, barrel, not muzzle. Sorry. Save. Get back here. Compile, so the construction script hits, and now I have really odd muzzle. Well, it's the location that matters really. Like, we're going to do some changes to how it's being rotated, but the location does matter, so it is at least where it should be. They'll be shooting from here. Okay, so AKM, everything here, weapon primary. Okay, everything. Weapon M4, that's going to be easier. Just call it M4 and make it weapon primary, and I don't need to make any more changes to it. And the last one is the Glock, sidearm 3. Okay, sidearm 3, let's find you. Let's see though this physics asset. Yeah, I don't care, it's fine. I just need to go into the skeleton. And I want to add a socket. Barrel. And I want to move it so that it's where the barrel should be, and I want to rotate it by 90. Close enough. Okay. Compile, and there we go. Okay. Compile, save. Oh, and AGR item. Silenced Glock. Oh, I'm on caps. Silenced Glock, yes, and this is weapon secondary. And let's just get back to weapons and just place a few. Like, we don't need this guy anymore. We'll just put like this, and with Alt we're going to make few duplicates, and then this guy, and we're going to make a few duplicates, and then this guy, and again duplicates. Okay, hit play, and we should have a bunch of weapons on the ground right now. Okay. Oh, on simulate physics, it's like simulate all bones. I have to remove the yeah, I have to remove the second body. I just need one body to simulate, like the main one. I don't want everything simulating. Okay, but if I now pick up this, it's telling M4 picked up successfully by character in range 2400. Didn't we say it to be 2000 or less for inventory ID? Okay, so that is strange. I think we did a 2000 limit. Oh, yeah. It should be less than yeah. Let's make it like 300. In the template weapon, we're doing distance to between owner and self, so the weapon. Oh, but this is after it gets picked up, so it gets like teleported, so range is irrelevant here. Yeah, it gets teleported. That makes sense. But we are checking for distance, so let's make sure that it works. So I shouldn't be able to pick up from here. Yep, I can't. Can't, and I did. Picked up by character inventory ID 4D. Okay, so this happened. I dropped the previous one. And I dropped the previous one. And I dropped the previous one. Should I drop item here? No, I shouldn't. Okay, and now I should drop a pistol. And I did. And I should drop my previous rifle. And I should drop my previous rifle. Okay. So, now what we want to do is want to equip this weapon when we pick it up. So, we do pick up an item, we do place it in a slot, but we want to do some more stuff. So, if there is no item in active weapon, so if it is false, we want to equip in slot and drop previous regardless, but we want to also switch weapon. So this doesn't really matter. We want to do it always. Oh, no. No, it does matter. My bad. Because we don't do this check if this is not existence. We do immediately going to equip into active weapon. So how do we handle that? Well, we handle that not here. We're going to handle that inside the weapon itself. So you go into temple weapon and we're going saying, you know what, on equip, if slot name, switch on slot name. So basically do stuff only if slot name is active weapon. And yeah, we should definitely change that to being gameplay tags, not names. But if it is an active weapon, what you want to do is attach actor to component. I want to attach self to parent, which is the user, and we want to cast to character class, which we know that is properly done, and we want to get character mesh, and we want to get this mesh, and it is the parent for self as attachment point. And now the socket name we have in the skeleton. So if we go here, pick skeleton, and we find this guy, we know that we have weapon socket. So we want to copy this name properly. And it's on IK handgun, thank God, that's great. That's exactly where it should be. And we want to paste it here. Now we want to snap to target, and want to keep world scale, and we don't want to wield simulated bodies. We don't care for simulated bodies. We also already ignore collision, and we do show the items. Okay, so the items should be hidden, but once we equip, they're not hidden. So we might probably have to call another function here. Let's look. Pick up split. Hidden shown. Oh, I can't call it myself. Okay, so it should be mesh automatically. Okay, so now when we pick up a weapon and we equip it, it should get attached to our hand. I mean, we don't change animation yet, but this is the first thing that should happen. And it did, but it didn't attach properly for some reason. It just got teleported. Okay, let's back out. Why it didn't stay attached? It didn't stay attached because it found the socket, but this default mesh it's not using this socket. The skeleton is, the mesh is not. Do we have a full mesh? We don't have a full mesh. Okay. We can figure this out. I don't want to do casts, definitely. We're going to need a weapon interface, I guess. So let's make one. Let's go into blueprint interface, BI_weapons, and we get attach mesh, and we have an output of skeletal mesh. Object reference. Okay, so we go now into our character and we want to implement this function. No, class settings. Okay. compile functions get, and you just get the arms. Oh, skeletal mesh component reference. Yes, and let's make this pure. No. If I make it constant, it should go pure. Okay. Okay, so now we have the user. We can get attach mesh message. We don't need to cast to character anymore. And we can use this as the parent. Okay, now it should properly attach. It kind of does, but then it detaches immediately. I mean, that's the Any ideas, chat? Like, should I Google that? Unreal Engine 5.1 actor doesn't attach. I don't know, maybe it should first detach. Maybe I need to detach first before I attach again. Let's see. No, it just doesn't attach to the hands. Okay, let's do show bones. Show flag bones 1. Okay, so here is my IK that I forgot to move when I do aim offset. That's fine. That's my fault, okay. But if I attach... Okay, yeah, it's not attached. Like, it's floating and it's not attached properly. Let's go here and see how attaching is being handled in the demo content. Oh, it's not being. It's being destroying the actor and setting child actor. Okay, then what? Plus, you shouldn't destroy actor and then call functions when you already destroyed it. But whatever. What is wrong with my logic? Hello, any idea why the actor is not attaching to component properly? Maybe I should use actor to actor, but this is still using. But actor to actor is just attaching to root component of an actor, so that's not really helping in any way. Attaches the root component of this actor to supplied component optionally at the name socket. It is not valid to call this on components that are not registered. I mean, this should work. Oh, and by the way, I need to go into my animation blueprint, and after the aim offset, and after the IK, I need to do hand IK retarget. I should actually do it inside the IK. And right before two bone IK, I should do hands IK retarget, and I should say hand FK is hand R, hand L, R, left, hand gun, and I don't move anything else. Okay, so this is moving IK bones properly. Or I might not use this attachment point, which is weapon socket. Instead of weapon socket, I'm just going to use VB gun. Yeah, let's do that. I just used virtual bone gun, exactly spelled as I did, and I don't need to even use the IK. So now the virtual bones should move with everything. But this is still not attaching properly. Okay, let's see. Let's see Google problems. Of course, a lot of questions and no one answers them. Okay. Let's go here. Yeah, snap, snap. Let's do weld. Simulate bodies. Nope. Am I testing on multiplayer? No. I mean, it should work exactly the same on both, but doesn't. Like, multiplayer seems to be working properly, it does the same thing, it just doesn't attach. I mean, it does attach and then it just stays there, so it's like detaches. Why? This is cold, this goes through, this gets proper mesh and it's everything. I'm too tired today for this. Maybe I'm gonna take a short break and just jump into motion matching in a second, and then go back to this with clear mind and see what I can figure out, if I can figure it out or not. Like, this should work in theory. And it's being called on the server. Oh, I can try one more thing, which sometimes works, because why wouldn't... I mean, I don't know why it works, it sometimes works. Restarting the engine. Not very scientific, but yeah, sometimes it works. And yeah, 5.1, I was praising this Unreal Engine version. I think a bit too soon. You can see me dropping the previous weapons like I should. By the way, when I do drop the weapon, I want to do on item dropped. Okay, on item dropped, I want to... This is equip. This is picked up. And this will be dropped. So on drop, I want to add impulse to the weapon mesh. I want to get owner forward vector. I want to multiply it by, I don't know, 5,000. I don't remember like what. Oh, I can use this new thing. It can be single precision. 5,000. I don't remember how much of an impulse is like proper. Oh yeah, 5,000 seems fine. Like, I'm dropping it forward. And I can also combine it because I want to drop it at an angle. I want to get owner and get up vector, and I want to combine them, and then I want to multiply it by, let's say, 3000. So now I should, like when I pick up a new item, I'm like dropping forward the weapon and a bit up. It's unfortunately colliding with something. That's why it's dropping this in this funny way. Okay. I can just add like 0.5. Because I think this is normalized. Yeah, so now I'm dropping weapons forward with some small force applied to it. And format everything. Okay, I'm taking a break, and then I will continue working on this like Counter-Strike-ish template. So yeah, see you in a while. Probably like 1-2 hours of break. Talk to you later, guys. Thanks for joining me, by the way.